This one goes sweet well.
Zola! Zola, oh! If I call you one more time and you don't answer, I will use that your charcoal to draw sorry for your back. Zola, my child.
Mama, if you see yourself like this, you go know say your daughter no be useless girl. You go know say my eyes they see past the kitchen.
So this is the ministry you are doing. This is why the soup is burning. Mama, I fit to explain. It's not what you think.
Not what I think. I think my daughter has madness. I think my daughter is wasting her life on these useless stones.
This is my life, Mama.
Follow me. We are going home. And when we get there, I will wash this madness out of your head with soap and water.
Mama Zola just call her only daughter. Say she dey useless. But for the next 24 hours, Zola go save the entire village from wahala. Stay with me. Subscribe and hit the notifications bell and watch and see wetin happen next. This one, na the story of Zola.
My people, make una listen well. You see this world, it gets two types of people. Those who see the dust on the ground and start to cough, and those who see that same dust and see a map to heaven. In the village of Okurike, the sun doesn't just rise, it shouts. It wakes everybody up with a slap. And in the middle of that noise was Zola. Zola was the kind of girl that if you send her to go and buy salt, she will come back with story. Why? Because she dey look the way the salt crystals they shine under the sun. To her mama Ngozi, that one na wahala, pure wahala.
This one goes sweet well.
Zola! Zola, oh! If I call you one more time and you don't answer, I will use that your charcoal to draw sorry for your back. Look at this girl. 16 years old, but instead of her to be thinking of how to fry akara that will make man's head turn, she is busy drawing goats on the wall of my kitchen. Will God give us school fees? Answer me!
But Zola wasn't just drawing goats. She was drawing the way the goat's muscle moved when it jumped over the gutter. She was capturing life. In Okurike market, news travels faster than 5G. The big women of the market, the association of pepper sellers, they be like the village CIA. Nothing happens without them knowing. And today, the gist was juicy. The governor, yes, the executive governor himself, was coming to commission the new bridge. And he wasn't coming alone. He was coming with foreign investors, people with dollar in their eyes. The king, Eze Onye-Ife, was desperate. He wanted the village to look like London. You see, Okurike people get one proverb. The forest does not keep secrets. It only waits for someone who knows how to listen. Zola knew how to listen. While her mates were at the stream gossiping about who the pastor's son was looking at, Zola was deep in the Blackwood, a place where even the local hunters don't go because they say the spirits there don't like noise. But Zola didn't bring noise. She brought colors. And there it was, the station. Long ago, before Nigeria even got her name, the railway used to pass here. Now, the tracks were just rusted iron snakes hiding in the grass. The building itself was a skeleton. Stone walls, tall windows with no glass, and a roof that the Iroko trees had decided to hug until it broke. To everybody else, this place was juju. To Zola, it was the biggest canvas in the world.
Almost see as the light they fall for that corner. Like say God they point torchlight for there.
She didn't have money for Crayola. She didn't have fancy brushes from Lagos. No, Zola was a scientist of the earth. She had a pot hidden behind a loose stone. Inside, her treasures. She had crushed the red hibiscus flower to get a pink that was so bright it could wake a dead man. She had boiled the bark of the ogba tree to get a brown as deep as the river at midnight. And her favorite, The white chalk she stole from the schoolhouse, ground into powder and mixed with the sap of the rubber tree so it would stick like a promise. When Zola stood before a wall, she wasn't 16 anymore. She was a queen. She was a creator. She started with a line, fwa, one smooth motion. She wasn't drawing a person, she was drawing respect. She drew her mother, but she didn't draw the Mama Ngozi that shout about burnt rice. No, she drew the Mama Ngozi that used to sing her to sleep when the thunder was too loud. She drew her mother with wings made of Ankara fabric. Every pattern, every circle on the cloth, Zola carved it with the charcoal. She spent hours, minutes turning into hours, sun moving from the east window to the west, detailing the ugo feathers on her mother's back.
Mama, if you see yourself like this, you go know say your daughter no be useless girl. You go know say my eyes they see past the kitchen.
But you see, the thing about light is that it always brings shadow. While Zola was lost in her world, she didn't hear the shh of footsteps in the tall grass outside. She didn't see the shadow that blocked the doorway. It was Babatunde, the blacksmith. He was looking for his lost goat, but what he found was a miracle. He stood there, his mouth open like a dry well. He saw the walls, the stories of the village, the faces of the ancestors, all painted in mud and fire. He didn't shout, he didn't call her wicked, he just whispered.
My daughter, who taught you to steal the fire from the sun and put it on a wall?
Zola jumped. Her charcoal fell. The heart that was full of peace a second ago was now beating like a talking drum in a war. Quikum, quikum, quikum. She looked at the old man. She looked at her forbidding art. She was ready to run, ready to cry, ready to beg. But Babatunde did something she never expected. He knelt down. He picked up the charcoal and he handed it back to her.
Don't stop. In this village, they think the only thing a girl can make is trouble or a baby. They don't know that some girls are born to make history.
That was the day the secret grew a second pair of eyes. And in Okurike, when two people know a secret, it's either the beginning of a revolution or the start of a disaster. You see, for this life, secrets be like pregnancy. No matter how you try hide them, one day, it go show. For 3 weeks, Zola was living 2 lives. By day, she was the perfect good girl, pounding yam until her arms pained her, sweeping the compound until the dust entered her brain. But her mind was still in that railway station, dancing with colors. But Mama Ngozi, Mama Ngozi, that woman gets eyes for her back, her side, and even for her dreams. She noticed say the charcoal for kitchen they finish too fast. She notices Zola's fingernails always get red stain even when they never cook tomatoes. And the final blow, the executive governor's visit was only 3 days away and the house was a mess.
Zola! Zola, oh! I have called you 3 times. Where is this girl? Every time I look for her,
She is missing in action. Is it that the ground is swallowing her, or she has joined secret society?
Mama Ngozi wasn't just shouting today. She was investigating. She went to the room where Zola sleeps. She was looking for the school uniform she told Zola to wash. But as she bent down to check under the local mat, she didn't find uniform. She found evidence. Mama Ngozi's heart began to do tum-tum-tum. She saw the white ribbon, the same ribbon the king had given to the women's group to make decorations for the governor. Zola had cut a piece to use as a brush. In a Nigerian house, if you steal from government work, You have invited Lion to lunch. Mama Ngozi didn't wait. She didn't even put on her slippers. She followed the trail of red dust, the same red dust Zola thought she had cleaned off her feet. Zola was happy. For the first time, she felt like the wall was talking back to her. But the wall wasn't talking. It was the sound of a heavy wrapper hitting the stone floor.
So this is the ministry you are doing. This is why the soup is burning. This is why you cannot answer your mother's name.
Zola froze. The charcoal in her hand snapped. The silence in that old railway station was so heavy you could hear the ants crawling. She turned around. Her face was covered in pink hibiscus dust. She looked like a ghost that had been caught eating egusi soup.
Mama, I fit explain. It's not what you think.
Not what I think. I think my daughter has madness. I think my daughter is wasting her life on these useless stones.
This is my life, Mama.
Zola, look at you. You look like a beggar. Is this what I suffered for? So you can come and draw on the walls of a house where ghosts live?
Mama Ngozi didn't see art. She saw danger. She saw her daughter becoming an outcast. She saw the village laughing at them. She grabbed Zola's hand, the hand stained with the colors of the wind. She didn't look at the beauty. She only saw the filth.
Follow me. We are going home. And when we get there, I will wash this madness out of your head with soap and water. You are going to the market tomorrow to sell pepper. You will sit there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. until you forget what charcoal looks like.
As they walked away, Zola looked back one last time. She saw the spirit of the harvest she had worked so hard on. In the fading light, it looked like the spirit was crying. Zola didn't know it yet, but the governor was coming in 48 hours, and the official painters the king had hired, they were busy using cheap fake paint they bought from the city to save money. The stage was being set for a disaster, and the only girl who could fix it was currently being locked in a room with a bowl of bitter leaf and a bucket of water.
My people, have you ever seen when government is coming to town? The panic is more than the celebration. The king, Eze Onyeife, was sweating. His palace guards were busy painting the stones along the road white. The professional artists from the city were using super gloss paint, the kind that shines like a new car but smells like a chemical factory. They promised the king that the governor would think he was in Dubai. But the ancestors, they had a different plan, and their plan started with a small wind from the east. The rain didn't just fall, it attacked. It was the kind of rain that makes the ground turn into a river in 5 minutes. And that super gloss paint, it wasn't super at all. It was fake. As the governor's motorcade, black SUVs with sirens screaming "Nui, Nui, Nui, Nui" approached the village gate, the king's heart almost stopped. The beautiful murals of the king's lineage were melting. The faces of the ancestors were literally sliding off the walls. It looked like the village was crying grey tears. The governor stepped out. He looked at the ruined walls. He looked at the king. The investors from the city were whispering, "Is this the village of culture? It looks like an unpainted tomb." The king was finished. But in the middle of that crowd, standing behind a pillar, was Babatunde the blacksmith. He saw the disaster. He knew there was only one person who could save the face of Okurike. He didn't ask the king for permission. He ran. He ran through the mud, past the security, straight to Mama Ngozi's house.
Ngozi, open this door. Unless you want the king to banish your family today, open up.
Mama Ngozi opened the door, ready to shout, but she saw the look on the blacksmith's face. It wasn't a look of play. It was a look of life and death.
The city people have failed. Their paint is washing away like soap. The governor is angry. If we don't show him something beautiful in the next 30 minutes, Okurike is finished. Bring the girl. Bring Zola.
But she only has charcoal and mud. How can charcoal stand against this rain?
Because, Mama, the earth does not wash away from the earth.
The charcoal is part of the fire. The mud is part of the land. It won't run. It will stay.
When they reached the square, the governor was already heading back to his car. The king was bowing, apologizing, his crown almost falling into the mud. Zola didn't wait for protocol. She didn't wait for an introduction. She walked straight to the biggest, blankest wall of the community center, the one the rain was hitting the hardest. She took a handful of the red clay from the ground. She mixed it with the white chalk powder in her palm. The crowd went silent. Even the governor stopped.
Hey, girl! What are you doing? Step back! Wait, better. I want to see what Earth can do that chemicals could not.
Zola closed her eyes. She didn't see the governor. She didn't see the king. She saw the wind. She saw the way the rain was dancing. With one strike of her hand, she smeared the red clay across the white stone. Shh! Then the black charcoal. She wasn't painting a picture. She was sculpting the wall. As the rain hit her work, it didn't wash away. It actually made the clay set. The water made the colors deeper, richer. The mural started to glow under the gray sky. For 20 minutes, the only sound was the rain and the slapping of Zola's hands against the stone. When she finished, she was soaked to the bone. Her hair was matted with mud. She looked like a daughter of the soil itself. She stepped back and lowered her head. The governor walked up to the wall. He touched the red clay. It was firm. It was beautiful. It was authentic.
We spend millions to bring experts from the city to tell us who we are. And all the while, the heart of our story was sitting in the hands of a child, in our own mud.
He turned to the king, but he wasn't looking at the king's ruined banners. He was looking at Zola.
Eze, I came here to commission a bridge, but I think I have found something much more important. I have found the future of our culture.
They say that a single stone thrown into a river can change the path of the water. But the stone Zola threw, it didn't just change the river. It caused a flood. The morning after the governor's visit, Okurike didn't wake up to the sound of shouting. It woke up to the sound of opportunity. The governor hadn't just left a thank you note. He had left a commission. He didn't want the city expert anymore. He wanted the girl who painted with the wind to design the National Arts Center in the capital.
Zola, come and see. They sent another letter. This one is from overseas. They are calling you the Earth Shaper. My daughter, a whole shaper.
Mama Ngozi had changed too. She didn't throw away the charcoal anymore. Instead, she was the one who went to the market to buy the best pigments. She became Zola's manager. If you wanted to talk to the artist, you had to pass through the mother. And believe me, nobody passes through Mama Ngozi without paying proper respect. The old railway station was no longer Juju land. It became the Okurike School of Traditional Arts. Zola didn't go to the city to live in a mansion. She stayed. She invited the other girls, the ones who were told their hands were only for chores. She taught them that a broom can be a brush if you hold it with the right spirit. She taught them that the red mud of Nigeria is not dirt, it is gold that hasn't been polished yet.
Listen to me, all of you. People will tell you that you must look like the world to be important. They will tell you to wash away your color so you can fit into their white walls. But look at these stones. The rain tried to wash them, but the earth held on.
Your gift is not a mistake. Your talent is not a distraction. It is the only thing that belongs truly to you. Do not let them bury it. So, my people, that is the story of how a useless girl became a national treasure. Next time you see a child drawing in the dust, or singing to the trees, or building a castle out of empty tins, don't shout. Don't reach for the cane. Reach for a chair. Sit down and ask them to tell you the story they are seeing. Because a nation that kills the dreams of its children is a nation that is building its own coffin. But a nation that waters those dreams, that nation will never know dry season. I am still your narrator, and this is the beauty of our land. Many people listen quietly without saying anything, but your voice matters here. So, tell me what lessons stayed with you, and subscribe if you want more stories like this.